everyone. We are the K3, and this is our weekly watch list. Yeah, we watch as many K-dramas as humanly possible in a given week and come back to you and report what we're liking, loving, and dropping. It was a big week. It was a big week. How did K-dramas... How were the K-dramas for you this week? They were good for me. Yeah.
I know, it's been a couple weeks. I miss everyone.
I know.
But there's been a lot of life happening to me in the past 2 weeks. A lot of life. So plus there's so many shows right now. I'm feeling kind of ruthless about them. Like if they're not sparking joy, I'm like, I'm sorry. Nice. Bye-bye.
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 I found a lot of joy with my lineup this week though. How about you?
You know what? There are a couple shows that I love so much, including a new one.
Oh, yay. Ooh. Love it. Can't wait.
We'll get to that.
Let's get the show started. But before we do that, we just want to say thank you. We hit 2,000 mark just over the weekend. Thank you so much for everyone who subscribed. If you're enjoying what we do or you really just enjoy K-dramas and enjoy talking K-dramas, please go ahead and support our channel by just liking and subscribing. Like that's like the weird YouTube magic and that helps us. So if you can go ahead and do that, we would be eternally grateful. And now, Monday, Tuesday. All right, you guys. Born Again. Holy
I dropped it.
God. I get it. Like it makes no sense. But I can't quit it. Every week I'm like, what is happening? And I will say that this is where we're at now. Listen, as I said, week after week, Jang Ki-young and Lee Soo-hyuk are the reasons I'm still watching. Sin Se-young, I mean, God bless. She's in a rom-com while everybody else is in a crime thriller. And it's just so weird. It's just so weird. So I'm going to focus on the things that I'm really enjoying and why I'm still watching this heading into, I think, like the final couple of weeks. So here's the thing. We have so many murderers now in play. It's hilarious. So
oh my God. Have they all been reincarnated from another serial killer?
We don't know who's been reincarnated as who at this point. The Junkie Joel character that survived his execution and seems to have like swam to freedom at some point. We have no idea where he's at. We have the mom of the fiance who is a kind of a serial killer like fangirl and writes books about them. And then we found out that our fiance, which is, I believe it's Cha Min-ji, she's also a serial killer and loves it. And she just loves killing. And so what's now bringing me joy is when she ends up having like coffee with Jang Ki-young's character, and they both discuss the merits of who they should kill and why they should kill them. It's hilarious.
Oh my God.
I'm like, now this show is kind of fascinating. Like, let's see what happens. God. What makes no sense is our main girl, Jung Sa-bin, like giving the Chung Jang-bum character a pass at every turn. He has stolen her diary. He has put a tracker app on her phone. He basically is stalking her on every level. And she's like, but I will stop you from killing someone. And I'll be there for you. And let's be family. And they hug. It's so weird. It's so weird, Marisa. But I can't stop watching it.
Oh my God. So you had a theory initially that Chang Ki-young, who plays Jung Chung-bum, and Jung, there's so many names. They all play both kids.
Yeah.
Do they reincarnate as themselves or did they cross-reincarnate?
So here, that theory, when they originally made us think that, and that's because the casting that was happening. So this is what's really interesting. Originally, the casting was Jang Ki-young was going to be playing Cha Hyung-bin, which was the detective and the prosecutor. And originally, Lee So-hyuk was going to play Jung Ki-jul, the serial killer's kid, and the med student. They switched roles. So that's it was really weird. I don't know why. I mean, here's the thing. Jung Ki-young playing this kind of, serial killer psychopath is delicious. He's so good at it. He's so freaking good at it. I love it. So I'm glad that they switched roles because I'm really, really enjoying Lee So-hyuk as the romantic lead. I mean, it makes no sense, But this is my first official Lee Soo-hyuk drama, so I'm loving it. Like, if he wears one more three-piece suit, I'm done. I'm gonna I'm gonna be a puddle of goo because the man in the three-piece suit with the slick back hair. I mean, come on. So I mean, there's just so much to like, and it's ridiculous and it's absurd, and I don't know who's reincarnated as who. I do know I'm pretty confident heading into episode 21 through 25. Which what is that? 26. So 13, 14. Something in there. I don't even know. I've lost count. I've completely lost count. I do. Our main couple reincarnated as each other. So they're themselves. So they are who they were in the past as they are now, because there's no other real relationship happening. The relationships are playing out as they did in the 80s as they are here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those shows that for some reason it just kind of gets its hooks in you and you're just like, I'm along for the ride. It makes no sense. And that is Born Again to me. I don't know who's reincarnated as who. I am loving the fiance who's wackadoodle. And I feel like I feel like reincarnated as someone because she's so over the top with her machinations of evil. But who knows at this point? We literally have a horrible father, a horrible mother, couple horrible moms, a horrible fiance, a horrible stalker. Like, everyone's murderous. It's ridiculous. I can't even keep track.
What about the half brother? Is he still around, or
the half brother he's still alive, but he's just kind of off being like his little snotty self.
Petulant,
okay. Yeah. So again, I'm not sure if he's just petulant and just feeding his older brother detergent because that's what petulant children do, or if he's like a serial killer in training. Who knows? Because in this show, no one knows.
This show sounds insane.
It's bonkers, and I'm not like Last Empress bonkers, just bonkers in like, okay, sure.
Okay.
And then they show me some pretty, and I'm like, okay, thanks, show. All right, let's go. And for some reason, every week I'm like, play, go. Let's do it. Let's do it, Born Again. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who's doing anything. And she makes no sense, but let's do it. So yeah.
Why are they all in love with her?
Don't even I have no earthly idea, because she is in La La Land. And I mean that in the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The most
generous
literal sense possible. She lives on another plane to everybody else in this drama. Like, no sense. None. So I just go with, this is the power of Lee Soo-hyuk, and I didn't know, you guys. I did not know.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Now I know. And now I know. And I don't even know what I'm going to do when the show is over. I'm going to have to go find something else. So recommend the best one of his. And I keep hearing it's the Scholar Who Walks the Night.
He's a vampire.
Right? I know. I feel like that is tailor-made for Jen.
I think
as a vampire, I will lose my goddamn mind.
Yeah.
So anyway. So that's where we are with Born Again. Born Again makes no sense. I feel like it's kind of a theme in my drama watching lately, and we'll get to that later. Anyway, next up, good casting. I freaking love this show, Marisa.
It is like one of the highlights of my week.
It is
funny and kick-ass, and these women together.
Oh my God.
It's just,
I love that they're a team, and that there's none of that, snarky crap behind the scenes. Like, they all work together and they've got this great team, and it's just, I love it. I mean, I don't feel like a lot happened this week. I felt like this week was kind of a filler episode, but last week I really enjoyed some of the things that kind of happened. My favorite being the big bodyguard moment. I laughed.
Oh my gosh.
I literally spit coffee across the room. I laughed out loud. I was like, that needle drop was so perfect. I was like, it was so perfect. I loved it.
I know.
So Marisa, I feel like we've watched other shows that have really strong women and kick-ass women and, good, we had Search WWW and we loved it. But what is this? What is the extra zhuzh that for you puts good casting over the top? Because it is every week.
Because it's a spy comedy romp,
Yeah.
So there's equipment, and there's like infiltrations, and there's
Right?
then there's like stupid rookie mistakes, like, you know, she leaves the camera open or whatever. But you know,
That was my only disappointment. I'm like, she's supposed to be this genius, and nobody knows that she's suddenly being tracked on the other side of it. I was like, all right. I was a little bummed out about that.
And the idol's driving me a bit nuts. It's like, okay, we've hit this same note over and over and over again. We get it. But
I was happy that she finally shut him down at the end of that episode. That was good.
Yes, because it was her husband's death anniversary. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm waiting. This is probably the beginning of her blossoming a little bit more.
Right.
So.
Okay.
But yeah, the three of them together
are so awesome. Good. And I don't know what it is. I mean, I probably know what it is, but I just, the romance between Chae Kyung-hee and Lee Sung-yup, I love it so much. It makes no sense. They're just so adorable, though. There's just something so, it's perfect.
I know,
love it.
He's pining for her. He loved her when he was in high school. Oh my God. Like the 30-year-old man who clearly like, you're supposed to believe you're in high school. That's fine. Well, Can you sing the Red Backpack song again?
That's what keeps throwing me off. I'm like, how old is he supposed to be? I'm like very confused right now. What's how the age thing is? I mean, I give him the bangs. I get it. He's younger, but like he's definitely not 20.
No, but yeah, she pulls it off. She does look a lot younger.
She does look a lot younger.
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
I'm loving it so much. It's just pure fun for 2 hours, Monday and Tuesday. I love it. And I just have to we do have to give a quick shout out to, and she was one of our top 3 performances last week, is Kim Ji-young, and her role as Mi-soo. I love her so much. So much. And the whole gag where she had to go back into that the air ducts, and everyone tried to talk. Kevin tried to talk to her, make her feel better, and her response to everyone was like, "If you're not going, shut up. If you're not going, shut up." I was like, I love her so much.
She's so good.
She's so good. I love this show so much. And then do you think that our guy, what's his name? Our chief is actually Michael, or do you think that was a red herring?
I think that's a red herring. I mean, he's the bad guy, but he's not Michael.
Right. So he's only in that guy's phone as Michael. So yeah, who do you think Michael is?
It does raise who is that? I think they might bring someone in episode 10 who's Michael.
I kind of hope they do. There's theories out there. There's people who are hoping that what was his name? The husband, whose name is escaping me right now. What do we call him? General Winter or something like that. They're saying that from Mayugi. They're saying that he's Michael, and I'm like, and then the little girl, when she was in the park by herself, was like, "Dad." And so I'm like, wait, what? I'll be really bummed out if they make him the bad guy, though, just so that she can have the idol relationship.
I know, but that is the thing, though. I mean, he's you notice him, so it is kind of surprising that he would only be in like half of an episode. So so
probably
because it's KDrama.
I'm gonna be super bummed out, but yeah, it kind of seems the direction it's going in. Anyway, good casting. We love you, and you bring joy to our week.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, Wednesday, Thursday. First up, hospital playlist. Heading into the finale. Where are we at? People are crying already.
What's that?
People are already crying online that next week is the last week.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're an hour-and-a-half episodes.
True. Good point.
It's when is season 2 coming? I hope it's right on the heels of this, because it's so enjoyable. It's so positive. It's like you want people to do the right thing, and they do in this show, because like 99% of K-dramas, people do the wrong thing, and then they come back around, but you have to live through all of that. And this is, like I think I mentioned, they're kind of micro stories. The patients who come in, they only get a couple scenes, but it's the right amount, and some beautiful moment of humanity often happens with them, or a sad one, but they're really well done, and they don't make you tense. And I mean, there's a little tension because it's a drama, it's well written, but it's not like the ones where you're banging your head against the wall and going, why did they do that? Why? But
rage tweeting about it.
I know. But Yoo Yeon-suk's character An Jung-won, he's like headed for the priesthood, and his mother is now like she spied him with one of the residents, and she's like, I know he likes her, so she's trying to set that up.
Oh,
but she had this little smile on her face because when they her friend talked to her before about all her children who are like priests and nuns, she's like, she's basically like, I don't want to talk about them. It makes me mad.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
She's the best.
Why is Yoo Yeon-suk's character so committed to joining the priesthood? I'm curious about this.
Because he wanted to since he was a child. Like literally when he was 8 years old, he was like, I want to be a priest. But she's like, he's the most sensitive and caring of my children, that when he became a pediatric surgeon, it just like made the most sense. So, it's just, I don't know. He's got a drawer full of crucifixes. He loves God that much.
Wow.
He's like like a drawer. I'm not mocking God. It's just that it's funny. It's funny.
Right. No. What?
Anyway, so the other thing about this show is it's in a hospital setting. So the PPL for the most part is food.
Yeah.
And so they've made them such food lovers. It's hilarious because they'll literally just text each other saying meat and they'll all show up.
I love it.
And there was just, I think it was last week's show. There was this absolutely adorable moment with Cho Jung-suk and his adorable little boy, like eating egg sandwiches.
So cute.
It was just, I can't even explain it because his son was like, Dad, I want another one. And Cho Jung-suk's like, do something cute and I'll buy you one. And the little boy winks. And it's just like, Cho Jung-suk's like, yes. I will get you another egg sandwich.
I will buy you all the egg sandwiches. That's so cute.
They're adorable. So yes. So they're setting things up as we head into, so that was the penultimate episode, heading into the final episode of the season. So there's some setups in terms of relationships and are they going to falter or are they actually going to happen and who's liking who. So Jeon Mi-do's character, career-wise, she's dealing with this injury because she's a surgeon. She's a neurosurgeon. She's on her feet for hours and hours and hours. So
I did notice, like in one of those first episodes that I watched, she like basically sat in a chair, hunkered over a brain for like 18 hours. I'm like, that's got to do some damage.
Yeah.
Right.
So just a little bit. So what she wants to do, she wants to work in a different hospital out in the country where they don't do as many surgeries. Oh. So everyone's a little, that was kind of at the very tail end of the episode. So everyone's a little upset about that. But there's a love triangle. There's a couple of love triangles going on.
Really?
Yeah. So one of her residents was in the army, was in the military. So he likes her, but Korean drinking games, it's like frat games. So Cho Jung-suk basically admits to her in front of all the residents and interns that he likes her. But that upsets our military guy most of all. But the military guy is also in another sort of triangle with Cho Jung-suk's younger sister because she's like a major or a lieutenant in the military. They serve together.
Isn't she with?
Yeah, she's with Jung Kyung-ho's character, but they're keeping it a secret from Cho Jung-suk's character. So Cho Jung-suk wants the military guy to get with his younger sister, but he's like, no, we're just friends. We're best friends. There was this crazy moment where our military guy sits down for dinner and Jung Kyung-ho's character comes up. He's like, they didn't give you a tangerine here. You've been working so hard. And he gives him this orange. And then as the dinner progresses, the military doctor is like, yeah, Cho Jung-suk's, your sister is one of my best friends. I was on the phone with her last night and she said that she got this one position at this university in England and she's going to go. And Jung Kyung-ho's character was like, he talked to her last night. Wait a second, what's going on? And he just see his hand reach out and take the orange back. It was just... It's a stupid little moment.
That just strikes me as such a Jung Kyung-ho moment. Like, and I'm sure he like snarled in his own little way. That's hilarious.
Oh my God, so funny. This show. Yes.
So heading into the finale, what do you think they're going to give you a big cliffhanger? Do you think that it's just going to be a,
Well, I'm sure they'll leave all the relationships, as cliffhangers, but the cliffhangers are not dun dun dun.
Right,
they're not dramatic.
Right. Yeah.
And they're all going to come back together because John Mi-do's like, I need to leave town. And Jung Kyung-ho's like, but what about the band?
Right. So don't break up the band.
Don't break up the band. But so I just hope we roll right into a season 2 Netflix very quickly because the show is so freaking enjoyable.
Oh, good.
So good.
I'm serious, man. When I see all this stuff on Twitter, I'm always like, man, I'm bummed I didn't stick with it. But I'm also like, I just don't have 3 hours a week on top of everything else. It's just it's a lot.
It's just one episode a week.
So I'm making up all sorts of excuses that don't mean anything, Marisa. I'm lying through my teeth, clearly.
I don't know why, because it's Yoo Yeon-suk. And I was last week, he was singing last week at band practice. And playing drums. How hot is that? You don't get hotter than that.
I may have to figure out how to get this thing back in my life before season 2. Because there's so many things you mention every week that I am just like, why am I not watching this? Why am I not watching this? And then every week I'm like, I'm not watching it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Make any sense.
It's so enjoyable.
All right.
So good.
All right. I will jump back in maybe. But one that I did kind of enjoy, which I was kind of surprised about, I'm not going to lie, KONDAE INTERN.
Yes. I enjoyed it too.
I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. And that is with Park Hae-jin and we got Kim Eun-soo. Yeah.
I was surprised too, except that Park Hae-jin, for the most part, I did not enjoy Forest and I dropped it, but he always brings a certain quality to shows.
He does. Yeah.
And then I looked up the director.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I get what's going on.
Yeah.
Because
I looked up the writer and it was the writer of Kill It. So I was like, okay.
So our director also did Kill It.
Uh-huh.
But he also did 100 Days My Prince and Weightlifting Fairy.
I saw that. Yeah. So that's a little bit of a saving grace. The writer only writing Kill It and this makes me a little nervous.
Yeah, especially, you don't want the end to fall apart. And I have to say, at the end of episode 3, I was a little like, oh, if it's just going to be petty, getting back at each other for 16 episodes, I'm out. Yeah. But then I thought by the end of episode 4, I'm like, oh, okay, Park Hae-jin's character, Ga-yeol-chan, had a bit of a revelation. So I think we're going to move into something that's a little more deep.
Exactly. Like I'm hoping that we move beyond. I'm hoping he doesn't destroy his team just to get back at this old boss.
Right.
Because he was so universally loved by his team that I was like, don't let this douchebag ruin what you've built for yourself. Like that's just, I feel like that's like the anti-message of all of this.
Well,
instead of living your best life kind of a thing.
We've got two women or female characters on the team who we haven't really looked at too closly yet.
Right.
And
but Itaeri. Oh my God, I was like, oh my God, what is happening? It was so amazing. She is my favorite, of course, because she was in Be Melodramatic. She was my favorite little PPL producer.
I know. And she looks so different. You don't even recognize her yet. No. I'm like, who's this teenager here?
Yeah.
She's the one with the pink hair, right?
Yeah.
Itaeri. That's so silly. So it's like, something's going to happen. And also with our other female character, Park Ayin, she was in Vagabond as the assassin.
Oh, yeah, I dropped Vagabond like 4 episodes in. So,
I know. But she's sassy,
She is sassy. I like her. My only disappointment with all the casting is Park Ki-won, who is playing that guy. I was super bummed out.
No. I'm like,
super bummed out.
Is this really going to be 16 episodes of that guy? It's like we see that guy over and over.
I'm like, that's a bummer. Prince. I expect a little bit more out of that. Like I was super bummed. I was bummed out about that.
So I'm really hoping, because it's only the first 2 episodes.
Right.
I'm really hoping that this show actually develops into something deeper and richer.
Right.
And it's not just about getting back at each other. And
it kind of for a minute there felt like a little Pegasus markety where Iman every time he did something to thwart our main guy, Ga-Hyul-chan, it turned out better for him. So it kind of felt a little like Pegasus marketing to me that way. So if it kind of sticks with that, I could really enjoy it. But yeah, Ga-Hyul-chan has to stop destroying his own team just to get back at money. Iman Shik. That just doesn't stop. Yeah.
You know what else felt like Pegasus Market to me? The Bollywood ramen commercial.
It was
hilarious.
I mean, the production value alone to just throw that commercial in. I mean, let's take everything else out of it. The amount of work that went into just create that 30-second spot was
amazing.
And it was amazing. Now, I am not well versed in Bollywood. Those of you who are Bollywood fans, was it well represented? What did you guys think about all that? Like, I thought it was kind of fun and gave a nod to the Bollywood, wave, for lack of a better description. But I'm curious as to what you guys all thought about that. And I love that they were like, it's chicken ramen without the chicken.
I know. And then they explain that, so much of the country is vegetarian, but it's just like Pak Jin speaking Hindi or singing Hindi.
Right.
Was amazing.
I think he spoke it on the phone as well, right?
He did on the phone. And then he also spoke Chinese. He spoke, I don't know if it was I guess it was Mandarin, also to the other executives. I'm like,
it's kind of
so enjoyable.
There's a lot of impressive stuff happening. There was one thing though that I need to talk about. What is with his apartment? His apartment is so weird to me. It was amazing, but it was so cold and like an office. My notes literally were like, "Is this his apartment? No, wait, it's his office. No, wait, it's his apartment. Like, what is happening?" Like, I'm like, Pumpkin, did you just close yourself off from everyone?
Well, they gave him the apartment and the fancy car.
Okay.
So yeah, and I think there's something there. I mean,
for sure.
And so Iteri.
I'm hoping that's. I don't know. Yeah, the apartment really confounded me. Like, it literally to the point where I just pause it and figure it out. Like, I was like, is this an apartment? Like, there's it was stock of everything they sell in his house. I was like, I don't understand what's happening.
I know. Yeah. He lives it. He lives his job.
He lives his job. He's a workaholic. Yeah. And then I don't know about you, but I can never get my sheet masks that smooth. He looked like I was like, wow, we've taken a hard turn into serial killerville, with what's going on here. I was like, what's happening?
Well, as a K-beauty lover, I have to say, if you get the silk ones, usually they're made in Taiwan. They're a lot smoother. And if you're into K-beauty, check out 50 Shades of Snail, Fitty Snails on Instagram, because she's got really great technique for smoothing out your sheet mask so that you get a really good fit.
Like, it was disturbingly smooth.
It did look serial killer, but
I was like, I was. Again, his apartment and him in that tub was just, it was all sorts of conflicting for me, because I'm like, I feel like I should be like, yes, but I'm like, ooh, you're kind of making me nervous. Like, yeah. I'm like, how did you get that mask so smooth? What is that? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you're like, but I gave my people should all be happy. I gave them the night off. I'm like, that's a really good point. I think you're a great boss, but you're freaking me out right now. It was weird. It was a weird moment for me in the show.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. I enjoyed it, but I did. I did. I'm intrigued where they're going to take it.
Yes, so fingers crossed that it gets better and better.
Yes. All right, let's do it. Oh, my baby. Guys, K3 peoples, I love this show. And that makes no sense. I can't believe that I, of all people, love this show. It makes no sense.
Okay, I'm super curious because I dropped it, but we're not so far in that I can't pick it up again. But it wasn't doing it for me.
Really? Why? Really? What was not? Talk to me. What was not working for you? Because I loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
Her character was confusing me. I did not know what was going on. I didn't understand what she was doing with Go Jun. I didn't understand what she was doing with Park Byung Eun. I didn't. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I mean, the wanting the baby so much that you're walking around with this what do you call it? fake pregnancy.
Yes.
And then in the hospital, I mean, I know this is throwback to like episode 1 and 2, but
I
was like,
no, I mean, we didn't talk about episode 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Say 1 and 2, I was a little iffy. Like there were moments that I was like, yes. 3 and 4 is really where it got solidified for me. Yeah. And I think it boils down to this. And it's a little oversharing, but I'm going to share. The Jengnara character, Jenghari, I understand on levels that I didn't even understand that I understood her on. And so
she tapped into something.
She tapped into something for me. And it's not because I wanted to have, it wasn't because I was driven since the age of 8 to be a mother, but I always assumed that I would end up having children and being a mom. And then that day came when the doctor's like, that ship has sailed. Congratulations. And it took me, I was kind of like,
it's emotional.
I was like, I thought I would at least have the choice to decide if I wanted to or didn't want to. And then Mother Nature was like, nope, choice made. And so I understand on a very visceral level what she's going through with that, because you kind of do go through this like crazy moment where you're like, oh my God, how bad do I have a kid? Can I still have one? Is it possible? What are my options? And that kind of thing. So it was fascinating to me to kind of watch it played for not comedic value, but not such a dirge of, weep. And so and the comedy really landed for me. And the only misstep for me that really was difficult was the way she met Go Jun's character. The way she met Han Yi-sang, I just was like, they could have made that was a little clunky for me, because we all know that they're going to kind of probably end up being the couple. That's kind of what they've set up. And they're building it so nicely in episodes 3 and 4, where they're just becoming really good friends, which I'm really, really enjoying that. And obviously there's a little bit of a spark, but it's like, she's like, listen, you basically humiliated me, so I hate you. So, she's kind of relegated him to friends, in the friendship zone. And so he's now kind of intrigued by her, not because of that friendship zone, but because he's kind of seeing her different than just this woman that was like basically going after any male that was available to get married and have kids with. And so it's just, I really enjoyed 3 and 4, kind of how they are kind of building that. And Park Byung-eun is such a good actor, and I love him so much. He's so good. He's so good at being this bumbling, like, single father, and then turning around and being this like school doctor, and I think
is that what he is?
Yeah, he's a doctor. He's basically teaches. I can't tell if he's an MD in a doctor's office, because he was talking about teaching at school, so he might just be a professor. But I love the fact that they're kind of, the show is talking about, basically it's considered unethical for her to get a sperm donor, and so she has to basically go black market to get sperm donation because she's unmarried. So in Korea, she can't even be, because she's got endometriosis. And so she only has a small window to still possibly have a natural childbirth. And so she wants to go and do sperm donation, but they're like, yeah, you're not married. They won't let you do it.
Oh my God.
Game over. So then she's trying black market to get sperm, and then it becomes this crazy thing, and it's kind of very funny. And then everyone finds out that that's what she's trying to do. And so everyone's like, what the hell is going on? But a lot of people are supportive. Like, if that's what you want to do, I don't understand why everyone's giving you such a hard time. And so I really am enjoying the cultural and the kind of more the bigger issues there. At one point, Park Byung-eun is got his baby, his little girl with her, and she basically poops her diapers. And so he grabs diapers and wipes, and he goes running to change her diaper. And he walks into the men's room, and he's like, why are there no changing tables in the men's room? Like, stuff like that. Like, nice. There's there's little things like that are kind of happening. And I'm kind of really enjoying it. And it's being played not like the overwrought heavy aspects of it. So it's making it a little bit more palpable.
Okay.
Palatable is the right word? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really, I don't know. I'm just digging it. And then her team, at one point when they're all talking about dating and she goes to walk out in the first couple of episodes, she's like, I'm your future. And they're like, no!
Oh, I saw that.
It was so hilarious.
That was funny.
So yeah, I don't know. She just, something about her is really resonating with me. And so that's what I'm really enjoying.
Oh, well, maybe I'll check out 3 and 4 before 5 and 6 air.
I did find 3 and 4. They kind of, I feel like, found what the story was. I felt like 1 and 2 was like, plot, backstory, wacky hijinks. And so the 3 and 4 definitely made a little bit more sense than 1 and 2. If you can kind of like just know, you can kind of take the weirdness about 1 and 2 about how Go Jun's character and how they met, and just kind of basically sum it up to just being an awkward drunken night and leave it at that and not get too deep into it. 3 and 4 flow much better. For sure.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of sitting my sweet spot. Like I literally was really digging it. And then mom, of course, has to go in for some medical procedure. Oh my God. And mom also at one point, because she knows her daughter wants to have a kid so bad, literally pulls out her address book and calls everyone in it to see if they have any single available sons left. No one does.
Oh.
Poor mom. Mom's trying really hard to help her daughter.
Oh my God.
It's adorable. So yeah. And then of course mom had to go in for a procedure and she goes in and gets called as her guardian. And she's like, Mom, how could you not tell me? And I was like, are we really going to make mom like sick? And I'm like, come on, show, really? And mom's like, I'm not terminal. It was just a procedure. Like, what's your problem? And I was like, oh, thank God.
Okay, good.
So yeah. So if it stays in that zone, it's going to be really satisfying. But
it's such an amazing cast. I love Jangnara and Go Jun as a lead. That's so awesome. And our favorite CEO, Park Byung-eun, always so good. So I was really like at the end of 2, I was like, I can't believe I'm not enjoying this. So
yeah, I mean, if you didn't enjoy it at all, I'm not saying 3 and 4 are going to save it. So, but
I will try though.
For me, 1 and 2 was kind of like, I'm not sure. But then I jumped in 3 and 4, and I was like, oh. And then there's, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm babbling about this show now. But there's this moment, which I think is the other reason it really resonated with me. So, Jang Ha-ri has a moment with her mom and goes running out of the house because mom finds out that she's trying to get a sperm donor. No one understands what the hell is going on. And so she goes running out of the house and she ends up coming across Han Yi-sung, and he's sitting on the park bench and talking with her about what had happened. And she basically says, she's basically like, I know that my body is aging, but I don't feel like I emotionally am aging. Like I still feel the same age. And he was like, I'm 41. He's like, but my soul is still a kid. Like it hasn't changed. Just my body's getting older, not my soul. And I was like, spoke to me. But it just spoke to me so much. And so I love that that's kind of what they're doing with it. So yeah, obviously there's a lot of things that spoke to me in the show.
That's and so great. That's
now you know
the best.
A little bit more about Jenn. Yeah,
it's true. It's
right. True. But yeah, so it's just, I think that's what it is. And it's not played again, like I said, it's not overwrought. It's played for not jokes per se, but a little bit of a lighter touch, which is definitely my style as well. So
very cool.
I'm hoping.
All right. I might have to give it another shot.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm so excited. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Next up. This one really snuck up on me. I was not expecting to enjoy Mystic Pop-Up Bar, and I'm actually going to try and pronounce it correctly. It is Sangapoja? Sangapoja. Let me go.
Nice.
I was not expecting to enjoy this. I really wasn't. I was like, I'm going to watch it because I'm supposed to watch it because I have to watch it. And I was like, oh, delicious.
15 minutes in, I'm like, yeah, sold.
Right?
Loving it.
It kind of gave me, I'm not going to lie, it gave me a very heavy Hotel de Luna feel, though.
Oh, completely.
Huge Hotel de Luna vibe. With the tree and the 1,000-year stare and like the whole thing, like, you know.
Well, this is based on a webcomic, so I don't know what came first or actually if we're really tapping into Korean cultural mythology here. So,
right. So that's
I don't
possible.
know.
To the point where even Hwang Jung-eum's name is Wolju. Instead of Manwal, we got Wolju. I'm like, really? Okay. Like, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know the order of things, but and it clearly has probably, I don't know, 30% of the budget of Hotel de Luna. But
the story is fantastic. I'm loving it.
It is. And I'm loving Wolju, the character, so much. Yeah. Her handboks, her modern handboks are beautiful. But I just love that she's snarky. She's got a really quick temper. Yeah. And you know, this actress, Hwang Jung-eum, she kind of, sometimes she does it for me and sometimes she doesn't.
She has yet to do it for me. So I'm very cautiously optimistic at this point because I didn't actively dislike her by the end of episode 2.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed her in Kill Me, Heal Me. But I did not enjoy The Undateables. That was a disappointment. That was with her and
Nam Gun-min.
Nam Gun-min. Yeah, that one was a bummer. But this one so far, totally enjoying it.
And Yoo Sung-jae, puppy. Oh my god! Did you see at their press conference they brought his cutout because he went into the military before they had their press conference, and so they brought his cutout and brought him to the press conference. I was like, oh my god, it's so adorable. I love it so much. It's
so he's
sweet.
in the military now while this is airing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh right, because all the effects took months to do.
Right.
But also Chae Won-young, who's playing the manager Gui. Like he 80% of the time plays the heavy, plays a bad guy, plays an evil manipulative guy. So I'm totally enjoying them. And I think he's a very good character actor.
Good.
So I think maybe that's
the trio for sure is really enjoyable for me. Like I'm really digging it a lot. So we cannot talk this cast without talking about Myung Hae-ran as as God. Oh my god,
we love her so much,
And when she looked, when she was basically in that outfit as she was talking to our young little Wol-ju.
Yeah, her Sati. That was so good.
Oh my god, I love her so much, and she's so perfect for that role. Oh my god, I'm so into it.
Yeah, but
I
also
kind of want to work for this company. Really, I want to go around and going into people's dreams and giving them some satisfaction and changing their lives.
But it was satisfying because that whole episode too, with two other actresses we really love, Baek Ji-won as our mother, and her daughter Kwak Sun-young from VIP, who is also in Hospital Playlist. Those were for guest starring roles, really meaty and a story that was really well told, and I just it was really well done. Loved it.
Yeah, I did. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I was shocked how much I enjoyed it. Yeah. I was like, what is happening? This is so good. Let's go.
I just want to go there and drink magical soju in a tent.
I want to drink magical soju and I want to work for them. I do. I just literally want to do that. And when she was it was just so great. I just love that her whole purpose in life is to right the wrongs of, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And then when she grabbed that guy in the store and put him in a chokehold, and it was so viscerally satisfying. And then to hear the lion growl and roar behind it, I was like, yes, it's so good, so much.
Justice.
And then in the dream when Chief Gui he's like, do I throw him? She's like, of course you throw him. Of course you do. Why are you even asking?
Yeah.
There were just some. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I was shocked, Marisa.
I was so glad to find another show that I was so into. Mm-hmm. It's always you never know with the first two episodes. You never know. But this one,
it was really good. And then my question for you is obviously she read something in the Red Scroll that changed her mind. What do you think? Because I love theories. What do you think? Obviously, I think it has something to do with the prince.
Oh yeah, because right. But all right. So that caused her to agree to save 100,000 souls.
Yes,
it wasn't enough that their death was blamed on her because she destroyed the tree that was protecting the village. So
she was destroy me. I don't give a shit. Fuck humanity.
Yeah, fuck them all.
Yeah,
but then it's that true love, the prince, I guess. I don't know. Is he going to be reincarnated and come back in episode 12,
I don't know.
13?
I kind of feel like he has to, right?
I guess so,
that storyline was kind of left dangling. I know it was kind of the setup, but obviously we have to resolve that. Just like in Hotel de Luna. Maybe he's a firefly.
Well, there was a firefly too.
Was there? I didn't see it. I was looking for one. Oh my god, that's right.
It was a firefly.
The flame from the tree.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Seriously, I'm getting massive Hotel de Luna vibe. But I loved Hotel de Luna so much. I will take it.
Oh, I know.
I'm not complaining. There are no complaints here at all.
No. Yeah. The magical elements, the mystical elements, the alcohol, the hanboks. It's just it's so good.
It's so good.
So good.
I'm really, really enjoying it.
Yeah. And the standing up for yourself against people who abuse you emotionally, physically, who sexually,
right?
corner you. It's like, it's good.
It's just
good
so freaking satisfying. It was just, I think it's it was just so freaking satisfying. Like, it was just like, yes, girl power. I was very into it, obviously.
Me too.
I loved it. All right. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Team Bulldog. VIKI, can you please sub it? Like,
it was sitting at 0%
Zero.
For 2 days.
2 days. Like, at least let us know you're working on it. Like, just put it at a couple percent so we at least know it's coming. 0 for 2 days? Like, I mean, listen, your subbers are fantastic and we love them.
Yeah.
So maybe pay them so it happens quicker. That's all we're saying. Like, it's just super frustrating. And I might have to go off grid for this.
It's there's some huge stars in this one, and I'm kind of dying to see it because it looks super fun. Right? Yeah.
And I'm gonna own it up right now. I'm already going off grid for Dinner Mate because it's not showing anywhere. I'm super bummed out about that. So
that's supposed to start today, Monday.
Yeah.
So it's actually Sunday when we're shooting this. Yeah. So yes, I'm dying for that show.
Yeah. Right?
I know. I hate going off grid. It's
dangerous. It's super dangerous. But by God, Officer Min and Sung Kyung, come on.
Gotta do it.
Please. I'm sorry.
I know.
Off grid, here I come.
I know.
Happening. All right. So what does that leave us on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Marisa? What does that leave us to talk about?
Just sidebar. I dropped When My Love Blooms.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, God, that's right. I forgot. So
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. When My Love Blooms fans, I will make this deal with you. I will continue to watch it, but I need you to get me back up to speed because I'm behind about 4 episodes and I'm not going to watch them all. But I am oddly curious to what the hell happened between these two crazy kids. So if you want to get me back up to speed, I'll be more than happy to give me a quick synopsis and then I'll jump back in. And that's all I can do. I'm not sure I've got it in me.
It's so heavy emotional. I can't deal with it. But it's also emotional, but I'm not sure why. I'm not really rooting for anyone. So I don't know. I had to drop it because I couldn't handle it.
It's emotional, but I'm not really sure why it's so emotional.
I know.
It's like,
it's played emotional,
yes.
But I don't.
So
I don't know.
I feel like we learned a little more this last week. So let me know. And I mean, I was curious enough to maybe stick with it, depending on how heavy my watch list load is, but we shall see.
Yeah.
All right. And so now, what does that leave us, Marisa? What does that leave us to talk about?
Putting the Eternal in the King Eternal Monarch.
All right.
There are theories, right, Jen?
So many theories. And I did my best to take said theories, the most common theories. So the most common theories that we are hearing. Because really, if you don't have the theories in your back pocket, this show is so confusing. It's so confusing. And I don't care what anybody else says. Even Java Beans is saying it's confusing. So I feel like we're in good company.
We are, because I'm sorry, the ratings are dropping. They're like, for a show this big with these big stars with this big production team.
I know that it's doing well. Netflix ratings, as ratings in I keep seeing it in the Philippines and Indonesia, and I'm not sure how it's doing here in the US. So it's not that it doesn't have a fan base. And it's not that I don't watch it every week and enjoy it. I just don't know what the hell is happening or why it's happening. And so I'm having a difficult time it just feels very frenetic. Like I can put it down and walk away and not worry about it anymore. Like I personally, Jen, this is not anybody. I'm not putting any judgment on anyone else. I'm not just horribly invested because I don't know what the hell is happening. So here's the big theory that I tried really hard to watch the last 4 episodes in my brain to try and see if I can make it work. And the theory is this. Our king, Egon, is essentially the eternal monarch because he is on a never-ending time loop. And here is what I have to say about that. If that is the case, it's like a joke. If you have to explain it, it's not funny. And I feel like the writer has not given us enough places to latch onto that idea to make that a compelling storyline. Where in this week's episode, at least finally, Jung Tae-ul finally said it wasn't that he was from another world, he was from another time. This is episode 11.
Boom. Right.
And that's the first thing we've heard about possible time, like timey-wimey stuff. Like, I get that we kind of played with the timey-wimey stuff, but nothing that's given us like a chunk of data to like latch onto. And so I'm super frustrated and goddamn.
All right. So if you look at successful time travel stories like The Time Traveler's Wife, or even
12
Tomorrow.
It's an American show. 12 Monkeys. It's really,
12
really
Monkeys.
well done. 12 Monkeys was...
Yes. Or Tomorrow with You.
Yes.
You have to explain it in episode 1 at the very beginning, because we don't live with time travel. Right. So we can't make the intellectual jump that this is what's happening so that the story makes sense. Like, you've built this world. You have to tell us what the rules are.
Exactly, the rules. You have to give us what the rules are so that we can then recognize them as they come across our field of vision.
And then that's the joy in the show. You go, ooh, I get it. I'm understanding this time travel more. Ooh, isn't that clever?
Ooh,
but if you, what episode are we on? 11, 12?
11, 12. We're heading into the penultimate week.
It's too late.
And now I'm just like, does he know everything? Does he know nothing?
I know, he's plucking stuff out of the air.
And now we've got this new wrinkle in time.
That's another one.
Yeah, we got this new wrinkle where every time they cross over and the time freezes, it's expanding to the point where that's how he's going to be trapped eternally. And then that whole bit where he was taking that photo with Jung Tae-ul, it was beautiful, and he started crying. But they didn't let us know that it was an hour. I didn't know it was an hour until like I read it on Twitter, because they just flashed to like some numbers, and I could do math, but I'm not really a math person.
I didn't know it was an hour.
Exactly. He was there for over an hour. He was there for 4,400 seconds, which is an hour and like 15 minutes or something like that, according to Twitter.
I didn't get that at all.
I didn't get that at all either. And I'm like, Pumpkin, I'm sorry you're crying, but it's only a few minutes. It'll be okay. No, it was an hour and 15 minutes.
It was?
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
That's what I'm saying. They at one point they flashed to the chalkboard after he did all the calculations of like, blah, blah, blah. I didn't think we were getting to an hour and 15 minutes and for like another 4 jumps, for lack of a better description. So I want to love you so freaking bad, and every element you're giving me is stuff that I freaking love. I love this shit so much. And I just am so frustrated that you're not giving me the tools necessary to freaking love it.
I know. We've said this from the beginning, that the character of the uncle should have been so much more prominent, because, and also his mom, our favorite, So Jung Yun.
So Jung Yun, oh my God, she's so good. And then all of a sudden they're like, we need to keep you alive because you have the face of the king's mother. When 2 episodes ago, the king was like, don't care, not my mom, I'm just going to look like her.
Yeah, I know. Right. But then they also kidnap Jung Tae-ul because she's good bait. And then we've hardly seen Luna. I mean, let's face it. I'm blanking on her name. Kim Go-eun. She's a phenomenal actress. And you give her these 2 characters, but like, they don't meet each other, and then Luna's terminal, and it's like, I'm so frustrated.
There's just so much happening. And then I know you guys don't like us to say this, but even on Twitter, people are doing screen grabs and to show the comparison. It's a lot like Goblin. There's so many Goblin-esque things. I will say this though, before you all like start yelling at me, I will say this. You all know I was not a huge Goblin fan. I do really, really enjoy Kim Go-eun and Lee Min-ho together. Their chemistry is really doing it for me. That neck kiss was hot.
Oh, it was, wasn't it?
The rest of it, I didn't need any of it. That neck kiss was hot. Yes. I will take that all day. And I will say this, even Ho, and not that he's old at all, but he's aging really nicely. Like I've never been attracted to him really. Like he's really not my cup of tea, but he's got some looks lately. And I'm like, damn, son.
He belongs in this character that is commanding.
Yes.
And yeah.
And
on a horse?
He's on
in a uniform, naval uniform?
Naval, and in the middle of a cavalry battle in the middle of downtown Busan.
All right, can we talk about that for a second?
Can we just say, this is a testament to how much I'm buying into him as the king, that I was like, well, of course this is happening. Of course he's having a sword battle with mounted horses in the middle of downtown Busan. Sure.
That scene was just unbelievable. It was like a pinnacle of I don't know what, because I don't know what this show is.
I don't know what it is.
It was amazing, and it was also I don't know what it was. I just don't know what it was. It was a moment.
It was absurd and ridiculous and amazing all at the same time.
I know.
And I was just like, what is happening right now? Like they're coming in on horses? Like why? Why on the horses?
Because they had just been in a scene where they shot up the bookstore with semi-automatic rifles. With they did not look like a SWAT team, by the way. It was all his security detail in their suits. And now here they all are on horseback with
swords.
And it was just like, okay, so here's our historical. This show actually in this episode got really, he was not the benevolent king that we thought he was.
No.
With the beheadings, it turned very cruel.
Yeah. And I think that's, we say that, I complain about it every week. But again, the show did not give us enough to latch onto to make these power moves. I mean, yes, they make sense. Theoretically, they make sense. Emotionally, I'm just kind of like, okay, sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it. They were part of the. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't yell at us about this, because I do get it. Like, I get that these are the terrorists that killed his father and blah blah blah. We've seen that a million times, though. I mean, It's not like it's a story point that we have not seen 500,000 times in almost every historical, if not almost every regular drama we've seen. So this is not a new story point. So to make him go from benevolent, not wacky, but benevolent brainiac king to take him off and behead him, I'm like, wait,
wow.
When did this shift happen?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like it just, and then the big cliffhanger of this episode is Lady No.
Poor Lady No.
Wait, she's
from
the Republic of Korea? Like,
yes. What?
Okay. Of course she is. And then everyone's scars that are lighting up when lightning strikes. I actually was really proud of myself, you guys. I actually figured this one out on my own. I think I did, because I went and I was like, not kingdom. I wish. The king, eternal monarch. Go talk to me, people. When the people that are having all their scars light up like that are all people who have been through the portal, and their doppelganger is dead.
Yes. Which is why Kim Go-eun is not experiencing
why Lady No is not experiencing that. And so so it's interesting. So I'm curious about that. But again, why?
I know.
What is happening?
Oh, so one of the theories was that they're part of a tree, like the tree that you see in the beginning of the produced open.
Oh, I did not see that. I did not see that one.
So
they're part of the tree?
Egon's a tree? Oh. It's a theory.
I mean, there's
right?
So many.
Who knows?
I think that's my other favorite part about everything that's out there as we continue to get sniped at because we aren't understanding what's happening. Is it's not like there's just one theory and we're not getting it. there's like 15 theories that could possibly be, and what if this is that, and that is this, and this is this? And you need a freaking physics doctorate to figure out what the hell's happening.
Exactly. The people who are coming at us, it's like we're not alone. I mean, look at Sumpy. They published an article about how the ratings in South Korea are just plummeting. And there are theories galore everywhere because, like you just said, people are confused and we all want to love it.
We do. And there's a lot to love, but how do you leave Uduan out of your show until the 50-minute mark? How is that possible? Like, he's your best actor out there. He's playing dual role, and I love both of them. Like, I'm just disappointed. Like, there's just a lot happening. And even any one of these threads could be the main thread.
Oh, but the prime minister thread, it's like, who is she in cahoots with now? And like, what is the point of her crossing over? And then what is she going to do? Like, she wants power, but she wants to be the queen.
Was she part of getting Luna over? Like, what is happening? Like, I don't get it.
I know. She can't have more power than she does. She can't become the queen out of nowhere. So I don't really know.
So it just, I'm frustrated because I watch it and I let it wash over me. And I'm like, well, that was an enjoyable hour. Okay, cool. I don't know what the story is, but it was enjoyable. Yeah. It was cool.
Still beautiful.
Still gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
You have 4 episodes left, King Eternal Monarch. And I don't feel like you've really teed us up well for what is about to happen.
No.
You know what? And just to go back to Goblin, I feel like this is kind of what they did to us in Goblin as well. Like, we spent so much time working up to him getting that sword ripped out of his chest that he dissipated. And then we had like 1 or 2 episodes where they were back together and then he was alone again.
Yeah.
And it was like,
it's like it wasn't parsed out, right? Because if we had seen Kim Go-eun's character in Goblin as an older woman more than as the teenager, that actually would have been really appealing to a lot of us. Nice. I actually really love the show, but I think that was also so early in my K-drama watching days that I was like, what is happening? What is this? It's all so magical and, you know.
And I don't know, man, I'm so frustrated, Marisa, because I really do. There's so many. I like the elements. I like all the elements so much. It's just not cohesive for me at all.
I know. Because the other thing that you and I were texting each other about is that after Jung Tae-yeol is kidnapped and she escapes, I mean, she's like Taekwondo champion. She's a cop. She's a kick-ass cop.
Yes.
And then as emotional as it was, it just didn't ring true. It's like, why was she breaking down so much in the street while this battle was happening?
Like this battle is happening. And they kept cutting to it for the longest takes ever. I'm like, my guess, I mean, I'm just going to throw out this theory, but my guess is a trained basically warrior even is not going to leave a battle, you know, and just stand there and weep. Like,
no, she's not the type to be rescued by someone else. So,
and that's what really bummed me out because I was really enjoying her. She was in dire straits and she figured that shit out and she called the palace. And I understand having a heightened sense of like, holy fuck, and like, trauma. I'm not saying they're not having trauma.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm simply saying that I feel like she's been trained so well for so long that her survival instincts are going to kick in. And even if she would have passed out, like just from all of it, without the crying, and he still carried her off as her hero, I would have almost bought it. I would have almost been okay with that. But her crying and weeping, and then just saying because she missed him so much, oh gosh,
no, that's not the Jung Tae-yeol that we've seen for the entire series.
And I love that Jung Tae-yeol. I really do. Like, I'm really enjoying this character. I don't know why they always
default to this rescue place. It seems weird.
Understand it.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, I would have enjoyed if they would have gone back to back and she was taekwondoing and he was swording.
Oh, show.
Damn it, show. Anyway, these are my dreams, Marisa. These are my dreams for this show. I literally wrote in my notes, this show's really making me want to watch Legend of the Blue Sea again.
Oh, I know. That was a phenomenal show.
That story was just that story was absurd yet concise, so I could track with it. I understood what was happening. I didn't agree with all of it, but I understood it.
Right. But we're not going to leave the weekly watch list on this bummer note.
Oh, no. Heck no, we aren't. What are we going to leave it with, Marisa?
Top 3.
Yay! All right. What do we got this week? All right. Number 3.
From good casting, the My Bodyguard moment. Oh my gosh. Was that this week or was that last week?
It was last week.
Because we weren't here last week.
No, it was.
But we have to give it a shout out.
Have to, because I literally laughed out loud because it was so fantastic.
It was phenomenal. Yoon Young as Im Jong-un and our idol June. June. Playing Gang Woo-won. Oh my goodness. He's like,
I just loved it. I loved when the slow-mo coat over his head and then the needle drop of Whitney Houston.
It was perfect. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I loved it so much. And then him just looking at her with his swollen face. And her just like, just trust me, I'll take care of it. Oh yeah, it was so fantastic. I loved it so much.
It was so good.
Get used to it, guys. There'll probably always be one that makes me laugh out loud. So I just love it.
Good
Laughter
casting.
is my favorite. Number 2, we had in the KONDAE Intern, the Bollywood moments. Like that
Bollywood moment. Yes.
So it was just from a production standpoint, super unprecedented. It was a surprise, and it was. I really enjoyed it.
I know. It's an office drama, and then boom, all of a sudden we had this Bollywood commercial for no chicken ramen.
Right.
It was amazing.
No chicken ramen. Yeah,
I know.
I loved it, and it seemed to get. I will say it seemed to get some pretty positive reviews on Twitter out in the world. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it was a lovely, little tilt of the hat to the Bollywood movement, which is fantastic, and I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And then number 1, because was there anything?
It
more
was
epic,
completely epic. The end of episode 11 of The King, Eternal Monarch, the riding up on the horses and the sword fight in the middle of Busan. It was bombastic.
It made no sense. It was huge. It was epic.
Huge.
It was bonkers.
It was gloriously bonkers.
Gloriously bonkers. And if that is not, come on. You knew that had to be on the list somewhere, because you can't have Lee Min-ho riding into battle with a bunch of thugs
and like
with the sword,
save her,
yelling in his deep voice. Seriously, testament to Lee Min-ho. I believed every minute of that.
Oh yeah,
it made no sense. It took me a minute to be like, oh wow, they just rode in there on horses with swords.
It was
phenomenal. What just happened? Yeah, loved it. So
holy cow.
King Eternal Monarch, we may not understand you, but we appreciate you.
That was a number 1 moment.
Number 1 moment for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, such a good week. It was a good week. I really enjoyed my drama watching this week.
Very good. There was a lot to watch. Holy cow.
There was a lot.
There's a lot on the air right now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Right? And at least I'm enjoying most of it, which is, like sometimes you're like, ooh, this is a slog. I need to drop everything and move on.
No.
Not right now. Right now, I'm enjoying it.
We need K-dramas to save us.
Right?
While we're dealing with the Rona. It's like
the Rona. Oh, Christ. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe out there. Come and see us. Talk to us. We are the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Marisa. And you. Please subscribe. Please like. It really does make a difference to our channel.
It really does. And if you guys are interested in our K-drama astrology lineup, we've got this here, right there. We got a list, a whole bunch of them. And this week we'll be dropping the Libras that we love. Just a little tease for you. Oh, we'll see you next time. Bye.